Hi folks, today we're going to kind of continue on with the stuff that we've done previously. So today we're going to be factoring or dividing again, but this time we're going to take it that extra step and we're going to be finding zeros. So again, the zeros, the roots, where the graph is going to cross the x-axis. So starting out, what I just want to focus on is these directions. Given a polynomial f of x, which is this, and a factor of f of x, which is this, factor f of x completely. So first off, let's just think about this factor f of x for a second. What it means is this x plus 2 is a factor of our function, which means it divides it evenly. Since it divides it evenly, we know that if we were to do some sort of division on this, we're going to get a remainder of 0, and what it's going to do is factor it out a little bit more so that possibly we can do more to it. All right. Now, if we think back to the previous lesson, one way that we can divide this out is just through synthetic division. So the number that's going to go in the box will come right from here. We would set this part equal to 0 and figure out what that x is. It's -2. So -2 is going to go in the box. And then along here, we're going to make sure that everything is there and it's in order. X to the third, x to the second, x constant. So they're all there, so we can just bring in those coefficients. The numbers out in front, making sure that we bring the signs along with it. So now, leave a space, draw the line, and we just go about that normal pattern. Bring down the first, multiply, add. So -2 times 3 is -6. We add down and get -10. Multiply. -2 times -10 is +20. Add down, we get -8. Multiply. -2 times -8 is +16. Add it down, we get 0, which is what we should be expecting. We should get a remainder of 0 because this, once again, is a factor. It means it divides it evenly. So we have a remainder of 0. Here's our constant, here's our x, and here's our x squared. So now we have 3x squared minus 10x minus 8. So now we just need to finish factoring f of x completely. We have to finish that job. So we know one of our factors, it's x plus 2. That was given to us. Now we need to finish factoring this. So since we have minus minus, then in our binomials, in our parentheses, we'll have plus minus. That 3x squared, we know that that can break down into 3x and x. And then the 8, that will break down into 2 and 4, and it all depends on what goes where so that you get that middle term of -10. So there it is. It's factored out. Okay, here's another one. This time I want you to do it on your own, and you can go ahead and give it a try. The factoring for this, if you do it right, it's a little bit easier than the previous one, but you have the x minus 4 that you were given, and then the other two factors for this would be x plus 1 and x minus 3. So go ahead and give that one a shot and see what you get. Now we're going to continue on a little bit with what we just got done doing. So if we read these directions, given polynomial function f, which is here, and a 0 of f, which is right here, find the other zeros. So not really any different, just taking it one step further, and we're going to set each of those factors equal to 0. So we can start out with the number that goes in the box. It's what we're given. We're given 3. We bring in the coefficients, making sure that they're all there, and they're all in order. Now again, we leave a space, draw the line. We know what our end result should be in this box. We should get a 0. All right? So bring down that first number and then follow the pattern. Multiply, add. Multiply, add. Multiply, add. All right, so it should look something like that. Now, here's our remainder, here's our constant, here's our x term, here's our x squared term. So what we have then is x squared plus x minus 20 equals 0. we need to find the other zeros. All right, a couple different ways you can do that. You can factor it, which in this case would happen fairly easily, or you can use the quadratic formula, which we'll wind up doing in a little bit. So here factoring is automatic plus minus. X squared breaks up into x and x. The factors of 20, that'll get us this plus 1, will be a plus 5 and a minus 4. Now, since we're finding zeros, we got to make sure that we set each of these equal to 0 and solve. So x plus 5 equals 0, x minus 4 equals 0. So now we just solve for x. So here we would subtract the 5. So x equals negative 5. And here we would add the 4. So x equals 4. So this graph right here is going to cross the x-axis at 4, at negative 5, and at positive 3. All right? So you can basically go ahead and do this one. Now on this one, you're going to get answers of negative 2, and you're also going to get 3 and negative 3 if you do it right. So there you go. You can go ahead and try that one on your own. Again, these are things that are going to require practice. You're not going to get them the first time. You need to see them quite a few times. So your assignment, page 366, numbers 21 to 38. Best of luck to you. We'll see you in class.